Hey guys, welcome back to some Guild of Guardians. In today's video, we're going to be looking through a lot of different tricks that we have in this game. Some of these were kind of adjustments that we've seen kind of along the way. Now, of course, we want to break this down, and it's going to be a little bit of a longer video because I want to make sure that you're getting everything in here. Now, of course, looking at building blocks, this is the very first Guild event that we have seen. This is kind of the basis, so they're going to reevaluate what we're doing with the building blocks, how exactly it's going to look, and how it's going to look with our rare Guardians. You can see we scored 120,000 in there, so doing pretty well. Looking at our quests, it is imperative every single day that you do these quests. This is by far, if you're looking to make progression in this game, this is the number one thing, is getting this 100 chest right there. This gives you a big treasure trove, which we can pop open. I think I have yesterday's. We might not, but yes, I do. There's our daily treasure. So looking in here, guys, you're getting your rubies. You're also getting some mats right there to level up your gear. You're also getting some summons, and you're also getting scrolls. Literally everything that you need in this game comes in this chest. Getting it every single day does make a big difference. Now, of course, when it comes to the inventory itself, you can see we also do have a lot of other things in here. We have some small chests. We have some tiny chests. I'm getting some of the higher level chests are going to be introduced a little bit later. I know you can get them every now and then, and you can get them at a cost, but also going in here and using all of our shards, getting these epic heroes in here, and really we're just recycling them at this point to try to get some souls out of here. Now, of course, you'll get a daily bonus chest in here that comes out of the shop. And then we have 248 gold chests. These are through sweeping, which again, I'm going to show you in a little bit. And then of course, everything in here, including the gear, I do want to cover in this video. So looking at our vault, we have our swap. So these are the actual Guardians. So there's a couple things to remember with these is one, I always save enough scrolls to go ahead and build up a hero to up one level. But if you can't build them up one level, for instance, right here, you can go to a hero, you can autofill, you can level up, boom, that is going to hit the requirement for that. Then, of course, you can just reset and you get all your stuff back. So it's very easy. A lot of players don't realize that you don't have to wait to level up one of your primary 5 Guardians that you're working on. You can level a level 1 hero up to level 2 and then just go ahead and reset them, and then you will get all of that back. Now, when it comes to sacrificing, you can lock your Guardians. That's something that a lot of players, again, accidentally sacrificed Guardians, which I feel really bad for. But yes, I've had a lot of players that have said they have accidentally sacrificed their Guardians. Make sure your primary team that you are locking those Guardians. That way, by chance, they are not sacrificed accidentally. That is the reason why when you sacrifice one of your Radiant Guardians, so one of these, they don't let you do more than one at a time because people are mass sacrificing the wrong Guardians, which is kind of crazy to think. So looking at your gear itself, you can see we have tier 6 gear right here. And the stat is 12% stat bonus. So that means this is a tier 6 item, but this is a level 2 tier 6 item. And you can see right here's a 15. This is a level 3 or the highest level tier that we can get, the plus 15. And then there is also the plus 10, which again is kind of a basic. So I'm going to build these up. Now with this gear specifically, you have to get 1 level on gear. Boom, right here. Gear power completed. It is not in the forging. It is not in the crafting part. It is in leveling up and adding another star to the gear. Now, unfortunately with gear, there is no way that I'm aware of right now to reset the gear without salvaging the gear. So that again is going to be something that we're going to be looking at in the future. So again, when you're looking here at the gear itself, if you have a star on a piece of gear, there's no way to reset it. Unfortunately, right behind my camera is the salvage. There's no way to actually reset the gear, but you can salvage the gear. So right here we have fine armor. You can see this is a tier 6 level 1. So this is a basic level on here. With this one specifically, you can combine legendary gear as well, meaning that you don't want to salvage really anything in here unless, of course, you're salvaging it to get the materials back, because I can take 3 tier 6, essentially legendary pieces and combine them to get a tier 6 tier or level 2 or level 3 piece. So trying to get higher tier gear in here. Now, again, that might be a little bit confusing. I do have a video out there about the tier gear, and level 6 does have, or tier 6 does have level 1, level 2, and level 3. If you haven't noticed, it is out there, and it is really the big factor when you're building out the gear. Now, crafting, you can see right here, we're 4 of 25. So once upon a time, when you were utilizing this, when it capped at 25, it would stay at 25, and you would be stuck at 25. With the recent updates that we got, you can actually go past there. I think it might max out. Yep, so legendary bag maxed out, but let's use our middle bag, which we can get some of these resources So there's 25. We want to pull that, but look, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. When I pull this, it is now going to roll over my additional 5. That is right. We do have a rollover to the bag. Again, that's an update a lot of players might not have been aware of, but yes, you can roll this over. Now, of course, a lot of players also in gear forging, you can see right behind here where it says forge normal, we can actually go to an advanced mode. You only want to craft gear in the advanced mode. That is it. Always, 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 you want to do everything in this advanced mode. It is going to give you the highest here. It'll give you the tier 6. Also, the opportunity to get the tier 6 level 1, 2, and 3, just based on, again, randomization, really, of what you're getting. And of course, you can see here we have the epic and we have the legendary stats, where this one only has the green and the blue stats. So a lot of the rare stats in there. You always want to build this. Now, the only time that I do the forge mode, sometimes I will do it for the quest, because when it comes to refined silk or whatever item you're using, it will go through and you'll actually use it very, very quickly. Even looking here in the tier 3, that of course is going to go ahead and build a piece of gear that is going to also fit the bill for the daily quest that we're looking at. And fusing gear the same. So if you're fusing the exact same pieces right here as we see the tier 6 gear, if you are fusing the same pieces, it will make a tier 6 helmet. If I put another piece in here, it will randomize the gear when you do put it together. So again, that is something you really want to pay attention to and be aware of, because if you're looking right now, I'm trying to build these tier 6 hats. Once I go up and I build the tier 6, if I get, let's say, a level 1 tier 6 and a hat, I can save 3 legendary hats and do the exact same as I can go through and I can forge. Just like with the tier 6 right here, if it is a level 1, 2, or 3 tier 6, I can combine 3 legendaries together to try to get some more of those legendaries, which again, it takes time. I'm using this just because, again, I want to get them out of my bag. And there we go. You can even sell them. I really don't recommend selling anything. There's not a reason to, because if you craft it, you can actually go into inventory. We can recycle the garbage we just got in there. Boom, boom. That does give us some salvage gears or some recycling power stones. That way we can level up some of our gear. Now, when it comes to summons, you want to use these stones and these stones only. Never use your rubies for summons. There are so many other things in this game where you can use your rubies. Then, of course, limited time. You see right here, we have Ashwin and we have Anira. These calling stones are super ultra expensive. Save these for the super high rare heroes. These two, you can see Anira and Ashwin. Even when you look here, we have Anira in here and we have Ashwin. No real reason to summon them out of this limited time Dashing Hearts promotion, because of course you can get them out of here, and you do get a crazy amount of these stones right now, which come from the guild. So in the guild, donations, 1000% advanced donations every single day. Have to save at least your 100 rubies in there. But then of course, looking at the quest, I mean, we're getting 240, what's that, 360, that's 480. We're getting what, 5, probably almost 600 guild coins, not including the 500 plus we got. So you can see we're at 1388. And of course, when it comes to the shop, there's 3 tabs on the bottom for the shop. We have featured, we have premium, and we have stores. Featured, of course, is going to be all the purchases that you can do in here if you want to buy and make some purchases. Premium is going to be kind of specific into what you're looking to buy. Majority of these, not really worth it. When you look at energy, when you look at, crafting, when you look at all of these potions, you can use rubies in here to actually build them up. EXP scrolls, maybe if you want to go up a little bit faster, that would be a pretty good way. Skill up, I've never used. You get more than enough of the wisdom dust to actually build up any of your heroes. Now, souls, this is one that you will never have enough of. Souls, of course, going to be really hard. And then looking at the calling crystals, guys, these are $6 each. These calling crystals are crazy, crazy expensive for the cost, because of course you can come into the arena and you can buy calling crystals for 500 arena, meaning that if you're getting the calling crystals out of here, takes probably about a day, maybe 2 to get enough arena tokens, meaning you're making $6 per day if you're getting the calling crystals in here. And you can see you can buy 5 a week. Now, guild store, you can see we bought out all of these guild stones. The rest of the advanced material, looking at the cost, so these are 600 of our guild coins for one single box. It's not worth it. And then, of course, this is tier 2 gear. So this is just all garbage. I don't know why it's ever changed. Endless Store, we have 19,000 tokens. This is where is really the bread and butter, guys. When it comes to epic gear, when it comes to legendary gear, these are the ones that you want to get, and these are the ones essentially that you're going to get for all of the current heroes that we have within this game. And this does rotate every so many days. Now, looking here, some of these heroes are very pay to win. Some of these, like Ashwin, you can get for absolutely free. So depending where you are. Now, one thing to also note with these is there are 4 different variations based on the skills for legendary heroes. There are 3 epic variations, again, based on the skills and the abilities that we have for the heroes. So you have to be aware of that, where you might go ahead and you might pick, Flix's necklace if you're using Flix as a healer, which I don't recommend, but ultimately you might pick that up and then realize that it's not the one that you want. Might have to salvage it. You might have to go in there and buy a different one. And even looking here, we have Reborn, we have Stratos, Arance, we have Ron, we have Selvi, Timomos, Ashwin, and then Cyrus. Cyrus is really the only one that I do possess in here. Ashwin dies super fast, so unfortunately we don't use that. Then, of course, Item Store, because we get so many of our rubies, I buy everything there. Rush Store, focus wants to be right here on the souls again, just so you know exactly kind of how that works. So looking at the couple different game modes, Endless Mode, we can now use 4 tickets. Very, very cool, guys. You can see we're at 1,000,000 points. We're actually number 2. We're number 2 right now, as you can see the rank progression. Just pushing this every single day. It is the way you get the endless coins. Endless coins you want to, of course, go in the shop. Then Arena is the PvP aspect. Sparred 9 times, lost 7 of the 9. So we did lose. I'm going to have to go in here, do some refreshes. Just refresh our tickets. We were a little bit of a higher tier, which we can get. The rush is coming back again. You get so many tickets every day. Use all your tickets everywhere. Now, when it comes to the adventure mode, this is the absolute #1 place that you do want to prioritize grinding, because this is going to give you the higher tier bags when it comes to crafting. Even looking here at Requiem and looking at the second one, which is the Cathedral, when you finish out this Cathedral, that is going to give you access to those tier 4 bags that will allow you to actually get some higher level materials. This is where you want to get. Now, as you can see, we haven't added any more in here as far as the actual quest. So I go through here every day with our energy that we get regenerated right here. We have 1, and we go in here and we sweep all of the tier 3 challenges, and we do this every single day. Now, of course, you have to go through, you have to finish those tier 3 challenges. Even that one's already swept. This one is swept as well. This one is swept, and you can go back to all the other ones. Now, this is also going to allow you to get Great Forge. There we go. Those copies of right here, those epic heroes that we're looking for, to go ahead and use them as food, building them up. And we got a lot. I mean, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 10 shards out of there. Also giving us a couple more rewards, giving us some scrolls. Pretty much everything you need, you're going to get in the sweep. And even looking here, because we have the energy, you could refresh this for the energy itself using some of your rubies. But I do use my rubies in the crafting store to make sure that we use those. So when you look at crafting, when you look right here at the more energy, but also looking at the tickets, you can buy tickets for all of these different game modes. That is where the rubies are going to go to. And really that is going to be the prioritizing of where you do want to build that out. So, all right, guys, just a really, really good overview. I hope you learned something new out of there. Again, there's a lot of different changes, including the crafting, the endless, going to 4 tickets. Definitely well worth it if you want to make some progression in this game. But all right, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.